at the beginning, reactions from the industry in particular were extremely negative when in 2019 I announced our crypto strategy. Politics were rather positive. They thought it was great that there is an institution that is open. The regulator was, to my impression, rather neutral, but the industry was negative. And Philipp Nageli then told me he likes that story of Maerki Baumann going into crypto as a traditional bank so much I should go on stage at his event.
Wow. Okay, so you're an older company that have gone quite modern, quite revolutionary, especially within the Swiss banking system. How did that happen? Why did you make that change?
Well, it all started in 2006. We asked ourselves whether a private bank in our size, can we keep independence as a private bank? And we came to the conclusion that due to the changes in the banking industry, this will be difficult. So what we decided to do, to focus on parts of the value chain, most importantly, investment advisory and asset management. And we wanted to outsource all the volume-driven processes that are not key from the end client's perspective. And we did that by splitting the bank. We decided to establish the first independent transaction bank in Switzerland ourselves. So we split our bank into two separate banks, and we, as Maerki Baumann, became a client bank of that transaction bank.
How does it now compare? So you're 12 years on, a lot of change. What do I get as a customer that's different now?
What happened then was that we came to the conclusion that we need to set up a new strategy for the private bank. And that's when we started to develop the future. Wow. And one of the key milestones, I would say, in the last 12 years was the establishment of our crypto strategy. And there was a lucky coincidence, actually, that opened our eyes. I said in an interview that we would be basically open to accept fiat money in Swiss francs, euros, and so on, in case we can clearly evaluate the origin and also make sure that no money laundering was involved.
Yeah.
And another journalist then wrote, Maerki Baumann was the first bank in Europe to accept cryptocurrencies. It really went all over the world within a few minutes.
Well, you sat there slightly worried at this point, thinking, hang on, this is a bit out of control.
Exactly. So I was invited all over the place, and there were several hundred requests, and we could actually not stop spreading that fake news all over the world. But what we did was to analyze what these people were asking for.
Yeah.
And this changed everything in our bank.
Yeah. Well, that's also such a big statement of intent and a big marker of change, isn't it? Because, a lot of people talk about service, and service is quite hard to quantify. But that is something that's very significant, a big statement. And how's it worked out? Has that led to other changes? Has it led to changes in the culture?
If you have a look what happened in the last 5 years, it was a significant change of culture. We have openness when it comes to change, when it comes to innovation, to this technology, even disruptive technology. We could decrease the average age of our clients by 12 years, which is significant. We nowadays have more than 500 companies from the blockchain crypto industry that make use of our banking services. We have more than 200 private individuals from the crypto community.
Yeah. What a change.
That ask for private banking. And on the other hand, we have traditional clients that go step by step into the digital world.
Yeah.
So in fact,
it goes both ways, doesn't it?
Exactly. And that's exactly the value proposition of our bank and the USP. We are one of the very only banks in between the traditional fiat world and the new digital world. And originally, we wanted just to bring traditional clients into crypto, but the other way around was even the bigger volume in the short term.
I can see that.
If you have a young, wealthy individual, and there are many of young people that invested early in crypto or
Yeah.
were involved in entrepreneurial initiatives, and they have huge fortunes in wallets, and they want to diversify, and therefore
Yeah.
they need someone that transfers Bitcoin into fiat money. Afterwards, they invest in equity, in private equity, venture capital, real estate, and
Yeah.
so on.
Yeah.
They have questions about taxes, about pension planning, and so on. So what we realized was that this positioning in between these two worlds is a USP that helps us to grow not only a new business but also our
It's
existing.
super exciting. I love the journey. I love the story, and I love the fact that it didn't start by accident, but maybe it was accelerated by
Yes.
that news story, which is so lovely. I hope you've sent that journalist a big cake and said thank you for the stimulus for this whole journey. Tell me, so you're going to be at AssetRush. What have you heard about AssetRush? What's your impression?
I told my colleagues, yeah, I'm invited to AssetRush, but I haven't been there. I don't know exactly what it is. And they say, "Ah, so you don't know what it is? How can you not know what it is? It's the event in Zurich."
I think that's absolutely right. It is the event, not just in Zurich. I think across Europe, it's becoming more and more well known. And I know people who are flying in from the UK, from all over Europe to attend it. So it's definitely got that buzz and momentum around it. That's why I think you're going to love AssetRush, because the whole environment is so exciting, and everybody who speaks, everybody who attends is looking to innovate, is looking to the future. So I think you're going to fit in well, and I think you're going to really enjoy it. I'm really looking forward to hearing you on the stage.